Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, guys. I am not trying to speak loudly because luckily enough both of my girls are taking a nap right now, so I'm taking full advantage, even though this house is a mess, to make this video because I think it's a rather important one. A while ago I did on my Instagram stories, I asked what are some videos that you guys would like to see, because I am trying to create more content. I am trying to create more videos for YouTube now that I am home now. Now. Damn it. Anyways, so I asked what type of videos would you guys videos would you guys like to see? And a topic that she gave me was, I thought it was absolutely amazing. And I'm trying to find the actual wording, but I can't, sadly. I don't know how to. Anywho, I'm gonna try to paraphrase as much as I can. Basically, she asked how does seeing how other mothers on social media live their lives affect me as a mother and a wife, something on the lines of that. And I just thought it was amazing because I am someone that I used to, and I still struggle a little bit, but not as much as before, but I am someone that used to struggle a lot with knowing who I am and understanding that what's happening right now is more important than what's happening somewhere else, and I should just live in the moment. And my moment is exactly where it needs to be and how it needs to be and how God designed it to be, and I shouldn't be worried about what someone else is doing and how they're living their life, especially because everything nowadays is edited. Even this video, I'm gonna edit this video because alone, the introduction alone, I messed up like 30,000 times. So we live in a world where everything is edited and people show off what they want you to see, so not everything is real. And it's so easy, forgetting that, especially when you see someone with their all white house and their all white kitchen cabinets with their granite tops and their all white furniture and their perfect decor and their perfectly dressed kids and their beautiful perfect marriage. And yeah, I don't have that. I don't have, my kids will have their PJs at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and Kaylee is obsessed with rice cakes, and I just want her to eat something, so she'll eat tomato basil rice cakes. And my husband and I, we have lots of discussions and we argue sometimes, and we make up and kiss each other later, but we still have discussions. I call them discussions, I don't like calling them arguments. I learned that from one of my brothers. And my carpet is hella stained and it is disgusting. Even though I vacuum it and clean it as much as possible, Kaylee still makes a mess, and I have drawings all over my walls because I have a toddler who loves to color. And my house is not perfect, and sometimes when you see things like this on social media, it can get really discouraging and just overwhelming. But something that, and it came right at the perfect moment, which is why I wanted to make this video, is because I don't know who else needs to hear this. Because I know that the moment I came home from the hospital, I posted on my stories that I was not doing so well. I was really sad. I felt like I was on the brink of postpartum depression, and it was really scary. And I told you guys, I was very honest. I was like, a lot of you guys have been asking me how's it going, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not going so well. I'm sad all the time. I cry, and my mom was here at that time, and she kept asking me, what was wrong. And all I kept saying, I'm sorry, this is like, I just noticed, it's like super blurry. I think that's okay. And my mom just kept asking me, she's like, what's wrong? And I just kept telling her, I just feel sad. There's nothing else that I could describe except for feeling sad. And it was difficult the first couple of weeks. and I thank God I got out of that. And I really think it was because of what I found that just, and aside from, finally hearing my labor story with Ariella, it gave me so much more courage and just bravery to tackle on the world and to come back to reality and center myself in the Word of God. But what I read was just right on point. And there was a post where a mom shared, how sometimes she feels a little jealous because her husband is always, he works, he comes home, and that's it. That's his day. He works and he comes home, and that's it. She was saying how it's so easy for a man, to have that one-on-one time with God. Whereas the woman, it's kind of difficult because our job is we work so freaking hard. We gotta make sure the kids are fed, make sure they're bathed, make sure the house is clean, make sure the laundry's done, make sure the laundry's folded and put away, make sure, that the kids are learning, make sure, that your family's alive and surviving and thriving and everything, and make sure while all of that, you're trying to also take care of yourself, which is kind of hard and impossible. So, she was just saying how it's so easy for a man to make time for God, whereas for us, it's so difficult, and it's so easy to get lost in your everyday schedule, and it's so easy to get lost in the comparison of another woman and how she lives her life by what she shows on social media. And she said, and this is what, I literally cried. She said in the Bible, if you notice, the men were the ones that had to do all the work to reach God. She said that the men are the ones that had to go up to the mountain to reach God, to pray for God. They had to do the work. They had to put in the work. Whereas God went to the woman. God went to the wife. He went to the mother. Instead of the woman putting in the work to have a relationship with God, to reach God, to seek God, to get help from God, God always went to her. God always met her where she was. For example, the woman in the well. Jesus went to her. When they were going to cast a stone to the woman, Jesus went there and he protected her. He said, you without sin cast the first stone. So, you know what I mean? Jesus was always the one that went to the woman. And that was such an infilling because it made me feel like, right where I am, within a poopy diaper and a crying toddler who's throwing a tantrum, God meets me. He sees me. He cares about me. And I shouldn't let what someone else is showing off on social media affect me, because at the end of the day, I don't know what struggles they're going through behind that camera lens. I don't know how they're living their life. People can post so many things and you just never know what's real anymore, which is why I always try my best to be as real and raw as I possibly can, because I don't know who I can eventually touch with my posts and my videos. I don't want to sit here and act like, my life is awesome. I want to show you the mess that my toddler lives. I'm going to show you anyway. Look, I'm sitting here and this is the only perfect, that I feel like is the only perfect background that I can show you guys, because look at this mess. I have my baby sleeping right here, Kaylee sleeping in her room, and then just look at the mess. Do you see this? And then on top of that, they're working upstairs, they're doing construction. So it's you know what I mean? It's my life is far from perfect, but what makes it beautiful is that, oh my gosh, I'm trying to put this back to, what makes it beautiful is the fact that it doesn't have to be perfect, because I serve a perfect God and he meets me exactly where I am. So it's to the mother who has throw up on her shirt and has her hair in a bun, who hasn't worn makeup and hasn't felt like herself in forever, God meets you where you are. Within that frustration, in the midst of that frustration, in the midst of that exhaustion, and whatever it is, take a deep breath and know, look at that. And I know I'm getting into like, what is it? And I can see who's at my door. My husband. See? My husband. My beautiful husband. You see him right there? My beautiful husband. Because he doesn't have his house keys. See, my life is far from perfect. 1 minute, guys. So, anyway. Within the midst of all of that, all of the emotions that we're feeling within our busy schedule, God meets us exactly where we are. We don't have to go climb the highest mountain and do all this work and act like we have to be perfect and everything. No, because at the end of the day, just like he sent Jesus to meet the woman at the well, is the same exact way that God is going to meet us wherever we are and instill that gentle, quiet voice that lets us know we're okay and everything is going to be okay and that he's with us overall. And that to me is something that has just literally changed my life. Like the minute that I read that post, and I was so grateful because at that moment, you know, whatever I was feeling at that time completely just went away, and it was something that I needed to read. So I'm hoping that within this video, it does the same for someone else. As far as social media, like I said in the beginning, I'm still learning how to not let these posts affect me and make me feel like I have to have all my ducks in a row and paint my whole house beige and have everything white and have no blemishes anywhere. No, because at the end of the day, that's not who I am. You know, having toys love you too. Having toys all over my house kind of brings me joy because it shows me my daughter's learning. Because at the end of the day, kids learn through play. They don't learn, I mean, they do learn when they sit and have a pen or a pencil or whatever in their hand, but playing is how they learn, and it lets me know my daughter's growing. You know, it lets me know I'm doing a good job as a mom because I'm not screaming at her at the top of my lungs 24/7, which I'm not going to say I don't. I'm working on that. But I'm not here telling her, you can't make a mess, don't do that 24/7. If anything, I sit with her and I make a mess with her. We were just, for example, today, my kitchen. There's Play-Doh all over the place, and I hate Play-Doh. And I'm so upset that someone gifted her Play-Doh. But she likes Play-Doh, so I have to play with her. And these are just things that I constantly have to remind myself. It's okay to live the life that I'm living. It's okay to be where I am, because at the end of the day, where I am is where I am supposed to be. It is where God has placed me. And that's just, it's such a peace that overtakes you when you know that the person that created your life is the person that created the universe and is the person that has already written your tomorrow, and that person is going to meet you in your tomorrow regardless of what it looks like. Even in the unknowing, God is always there, always. So yeah, I feel like, you know, that's something that I constantly have to remind myself, and I constantly have to have in the back of my mind, you know, to not let all of these perfect edited videos and pictures and posts and whatever, you know, not to let it enter into my heart and affect me and make me feel like I'm being a bad wife, a bad mom, a bad human being. At the end of the day, God created one me and he created one you, and no one can do you the way you can. No one can mother those kids the way you can. No one is going to love those kids the way you love them. No one is going to love you the way you love you. And no one is going to love you the way God loves you. And that's something that you always have to remind yourself. So I hope that this video touches you and infills you and gives you some sense of peace and joy and calm. And it's so easy to get overwhelmed, but always remember, God meets you where you are, right where you are. He meets you and he loves you and he cares about you. And it's okay to not have an all-white house, a perfect house. It's okay. Because at the end of the day, the one that carries you and meets you is perfect. And that's it. That's all you have to rely on. So I love you guys. I hope that you subscribe. I hope that you comment. Please comment. You guys are always in my DMs and I just want you guys to comment. for more ideas on videos. And yeah, I love you guys. See you soon. Bye. Mwah.